Hi there. Thanks for tuning in to Make This Happen, where we discuss an idea we've been dying to see come alive. Every week, my friend Alex Gonzalez and myself, JE, will bring you a product you never knew you needed. Now, Alex is doing ASL for the non-listeners, if there's anyone out there. Let's begin with Persona 5. I've been playing Persona 5 Strikers, or at least I've been trying to. I've been saying it's just really hard. But it got me to thinking, what is a story in Persona that I think would be really, really fun and kind of cool and interesting and have like Persona aspects to it that they haven't done yet? Because they've done a lot. They've done dungeon crawlers. I mean, the whole game's dungeon crawler, but I mean, like with the queue, they've done rhythm games. Now they've done Muso games. What's next? I propose. First, let me tell you about the story. So Persona 5 happened. Persona 5 Strikers is a year later. So now Joker's in third year, which means he's about to graduate, right? No, he's a second year.
Yes. He should be in his second year.
This time. So it'll be his third year next.
Yeah.
Damn it. It doesn't work as well. This game takes place 2 years after the events of Persona 5 Strikers. Joker is now a high school student. A college student. He's going to college and he's meeting girls. So we're making a dating sim visual novel that's also a strategy game / like dice or card game. And that's going to be like the fighting RPG portion where you're playing this hot new card game that has swept this university while you're also going out.
So easy, because the card game, this works. The card game we can do with the fucking personas.
Yeah,
we can literally take the system
exactly
and put them into the cards.
I thought about
we
this.
We can fuse different cards. Good for you, Jay.
Yeah,
good for you. Already better than the Pasties episode. So we're gonna take personas, and you're gonna be able to fuse them, and then with duplicates, you can either sacrifice them to power up your other personas or trade them in for moves. There's already a fucking economy here.
Yeah, it's already there in existence because of all the Persona games that exist already. You know what I mean?
And
but just translate to cards.
You can do a visual novel where the main story you play is Joker, but then you can play other characters in other modes where maybe you could do verses or something. And in there, everyone's unique persona has an effect that they can use as a special on the card game.
See, this is the thing. The reason why I want it as a card game, and that's where the personas are going to be, I don't want there to be any metaverse stuff. The card game is how it's a persona game, like palaces and stuff like that.
Oh, no palaces.
Yeah. So I don't think characters are going to have personas. I think what it's going to be like, maybe, there is going to be a mode where you could just play the card game and you could choose your character so you don't have to be Joker. And maybe what it is that each character has their own card, like the Dark Magician or the Blue Eyes Blue Dragon or whatever it's called. You know what I mean?
Blue Eyes White Dragon?
Yeah, Blue Eyes White Dragon. That's what it is. Red Eyes Black Dragon, whatever. Yeah. Like each character will have their own persona card that they could summon whenever, and maybe that could be a thing. But I don't think An or Makoto or Haru or Ryuji or Yusuke at all are going to be in this, or even Futaba. Maybe Makoto and Haru make an appearance because they're already been in college. But Joker is back at his hometown, so I don't think any of those characters are in. This is going to be a whole new suite of characters. And it's just going to be
interesting.
Joker at school is my idea for this.
Okay, whole new cast of characters, whole new romances, and maybe a bunch of new personas to go along with that. We'll use old ones too, but different bases. Well, The thing is, what you got to understand with the Persona game is you're going to find a lot of similar personas in it. Mm-hmm. Just point blank simple.
Yeah,
they get carried over because it's taken from pop culture too.
Mm-hmm. And I imagine the story of this is, Joker's trying to find his way through his first year of college, and he's just trying to get through it. And there's still going to be like a day-to-day system where you're going to live the life as Joker every day and walk around. I don't actually know where Joker's from. Is he just from Tokyo? Is that where he's from? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't. Sorry for everyone who's yelling at me right now because I don't know Persona lore 100%. But Yeah, Joker's just back in his hometown, going to his local university and just talking to all these people, going to his day-to-day activities. You could like get a part-time job, maybe at the card shop, and then like that's a way to get income and new cards and stuff. But there always has to be something epic, right? Something that the reason why there is a Persona game is because they want to tell you some story about something fucked up in society. So it could either have do with...
We can make this a fucking... we can make it all about the cards.
Yeah.
Where it's like a commentary on capitalism, while also a commentary on consumerism.
Capitalism,
and a commentary
exactly.
on gambling, because people want to pull the best cards and want to be the best. So they keep spending money, or they get obsessed, or,
And then Joker has to beat these characters to like break their obsession or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And a bunch of different ones. And there could be someone who's a card scalper, so he's ruining people's lives and using cards as currency.
Yeah.
To make people do things like acquiring rare cards and making somebody wash his car.
Or making them bet on like their best card or something, or like bet something on a game and then beat them and then make them like part of their... They can't repay the debt unless they like beat them in a card game or something. There could be someone who makes fake cards. You got to beat that guy.
That's a good one. Another fake card guy, and that one would be a hard battle because he'd have a bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
We'll have a guy who's really good and gambles a lot that way. And then, I mean, we have to have a cheater, right?
Mm-hmm. And then maybe that's the last boss. And I feel like the way that this is going to interlace with the visual novel dating sim part of it is probably a lot of these people you're meeting and beating are maybe your potential love interests, and also maybe the big bad at the very end turns out to be someone who, I don't know, he or she cheats, and maybe it's also like, man, I don't know where to go with that.
Well, while we think about that, I want to do another one where there's a side quest where you play a little kid, like a very little kid, and they start making up what the Persona cards do, and also start playing cards that aren't even part of the game. And you actually have to deal with it. Like, you have to, on the fly, all of a sudden they have random buffs. Or you're like, and this character attacks this character, like, no, I'm stronger. And your character gets destroyed.
Yeah. That could be like a side quest for building. Maybe it's not.
And you could even get like a custom written card that actually works, where it's like he made the card.
Like a Joker card. Ha ha. But maybe what it could be is it's going to be more like P4 in terms of how the confidants work. So it's going to be more like social links, where there are going to be dateable people, but maybe it's going to be you build confidants / social links with just random people everywhere. I guess P5 did that a little bit, but I think P4 did it more, where you're friends with the random nurse, you're friends with the random housewife, you're friends with the random kid. You know what I mean? So it's going to be like that, where you make friends with the people that you beat that are like the bosses, and those are going to be your confidants. And then there'll be your access to better cards as you, instead of hanging out, maybe the hangout with them is play them in cards, and then you get a better card. You know what I mean? If you beat them kind of stuff. And that's what you're doing to build your confidants, playing more games against them. And then sometimes you could go out on a date or something or whatever, and there'll be like different locations for that as well.
I like it. Okay. So the story's going to have to be very involved. I think it has to be very good with lots of different twists and turns. I'm trying to think of... Persona always just seems like such a slice of life to me. So I figured that's what's going to be happening here to an extent.
Right.
Like a slice of life, high school drama kind of show.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it's going to have to do with discovering yourself or whatever, because he is going to college for the first time, and that's literally what you do your first year of college, So that could be elements to the story that we add into this. Lots of like, there could be like a class schedule that you might have, I don't say keep, but like every day in the thing, like you'll know what you have coming up, and then that'll bring opportunities for certain characters. Like maybe this game takes place over multiple quarters, right? And then each quarter you have different classes, and that's how you meet different possible confidants or whatever. Kind of like this will be like kind of like in Persona where you got to choose between Persona 4 where you got to choose between the clubs,
band and soccer.
Yeah, exactly. And then you'll meet a different social link depend on which one you choose.
Band and basketball. And it's it's band, basketball, and soccer, right?
Yeah, there's like 3 of them. It'll be kind of like that, where each quarter you meet somebody different.
Yeah, and you can hang out with different people and do different quests.
Yeah. And if you want to build a certain deck, you would have to talk to specific people over others.
And that would you want that to enhance the cards or leave that alone too? Where if you're advanced in Hierophant, your cards will be more powerful, or maybe they'll have a certain effect.
Yeah, like give them like the Hierophant skills or whatever.
Or maybe you have a higher chance of acquiring Hierophants from opponents.
Maybe it's more just the same thing from Persona games, where if you fuse Hierophant cards, it's a chance to like give them bonuses when you do fuse them. You know what I mean? Like they'll get extra perks or extra moves and stuff like that. Cool. I feel like, I mean, you understand. I understand how this works. If you don't understand, you just have to play a Persona game. Yeah. And like, it'll play, I think, exactly how Persona 5 Strikers plays. I know you don't understand this, but Persona 5 Strikers it's not a full Persona 5 game where you have to walk to the train and the train will take you somewhere. It's more condensed. And I imagine that's how this game will be. It's like the story's going to be more condensed, but all new areas, a new way to play, new characters, and a new story. And I think it will work out great.
I think so too.
All right. Well, P Studio, part of Atlus, make this happen. Thanks for listening. If you have any suggestions or products you'd like to see talked about, feel free to write in at @poundgames@gmail.com. We have a Patreon. If you'd like to join the @Pound family, come find us at patreon.com/wearenotgamedevs. Patrons receive episodes 2 days early, meaning make this happen. Gets to your ears that much sooner. If you enjoyed our show, take a second to give us a review. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Play Store, and more. Catch you guys next Sunday with a very special guest, Shotgun McPain, Nick Blaine, and we will be discussing a Star Wars.
You know, I've been feeling sci-fi lately.
You have been.
This will be good.
Tune in next week.
Na 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 na.